It's going to prepare us this year because it's going to prepare us as far as to find out who we are. We got to figure out who we are first, and then once we figure that out, and the roles get defined, the system gets put into play, and then we'll hope, we'll be fine by like I said, in a month's time, and it'll be good, and I think we'll be a very solid team. We've got to stay healthy, but we've got to get these young kids on page very quickly, which normally we don't have to do, but we do this year.
This year, more than others, it's very important. I mean, we have a lot of the better teams that we play in the beginning of the year. We start off away at Rhode Island, but then we have Boston College, UMass Lowell, and UAlbany, which are three of the best teams on our schedule. My freshman year, we actually benefited from something like this, beating teams that had good rankings, making the tournament even though we didn't win our league. So we're looking to start off again with a few wins in the beginning of the year, also to kind of propel us into our league play.
Well, I think this next month is going to be a learning experience for us. We're going to try to get better every day, which I think this group is doing. We're going to learn a lot about ourselves over the next 2 weekends, and we'll be able to reevaluate and move on from there. But I think within 2-3 weeks, I think we'll be in pretty good shape.
It's going to be really important for us to play off of one another. We have a lot of new guys. You really have to trust those players around you, kind of be able to anticipate their moves and their style of play. Because at the end of the day, if you don't believe in your teammates and what they're going to do, you're never going to make it far. Having these big out-of-conference games at the beginning are going to be huge for us, getting momentum going forward, especially if we want to make into the tournament just straight off of our ranking. If we can get a lot of momentum at the very beginning of the season, it'll carry us into the conference and into the conference tournament, and then ideally into the NCAA tournament.
Whenever you put a new system in and new people are fighting for positions, it's not easy, and it's challenging for the players. But the last 3 or 4 days have been very good, so I think it's coming.
As cliched as it sounds, defense does win championships, and our coaches have been really stressing that we need to be focused and sound on our defensive shape. So once we get that together, we'll start moving up the field, starting with the midfield and the forwards. Because the second we have our defense solidified, and we have everybody knowing their roles and everybody working off of each other, knowing when to cover, when to step, how to keep our high line, when or not to drop our high line. Once we get all that together, that's when we'll start moving up the field and worry about getting the goals from there.
We've been trying to organize the team. It's really a new team, so we've got probably six or seven new guys out there, so it's just trying to organize them. We're a little bit more concerned right now defensively, seeing how that's going, so that's where we're at right now.
A lot of the new players coming in, they have great attitudes, they're eager to learn, which is good. We're trying to instill a culture here. We're trying to continue the legacy that a lot of these older guys have started. So when we have guys that come in and they're ready to pick up right where everyone left off, it's great. It helps a lot, makes everything a lot smoother.
The first 3 years that I've been here have been incredible, and I cannot wait for the 4th year here. It's going to be definitely one to remember. We have a lot of new guys stepping into big roles. I myself am going to have to take on a much bigger role this year than I have in the previous years. We're going to have to work really hard this season because we've missed a lot of guys that graduated and some guys that unfortunately can't play anymore. So I'd really want to make one to remember.